No voting, no vucking? Well, I have this to say. No tangibles, no black vote, no black agenda, no black vote. You're going to have to do better than trotting out some washed up rappers to be bootlicks for your campaign, Blue Party. Coming to paperback and e-readers, from the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women are becoming lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Pre-order your copy of The Woman Crisis on Amazon.com today. The so-called website BLK Dating is pandering to the left by presenting an ad featuring Saucy Santana and Trina called No Voting, No Vucking. And inside of this really dysfunctional ad is the idea that heterosexual black men should be denied access to women for sex if they choose not to go out here and vote in the 2022 election. Now, this whole viewpoint is just as racist and backwards as the ads in 2020 for the Joe Biden campaign, where they had black female strippers telling heterosexual black men to take their booties to the poll. Now, in both cases of these ads, it's a extremely racist and paternalistic view of heterosexual black men. And inside of these ads is a message that the members of the left and the blue party do not respect heterosexual black men as a voting bloc and do not regard a black man's vote as anything that they have to go out here and exchange something for. No, from the way these ads are presented, they don't see heterosexual black men as men who can go out here and think about their own agenda or have their own issues that they want presented to a candidate. No, they just see heterosexual black men as giant walking, talking penises, and they see us in the same way that white supremacists used to see heterosexual black men ever since the days of slavery, because back in the days of slavery, your white supremacists only saw a heterosexual black man as a black buck, and because they saw a heterosexual black man as a black buck, they basically saw him as someone who only was a big walking, talking penis who was just out here to go out and have sex with whoever. And that's all they're basically seeing a black man as, and they believe that they can control a black man through his lust by telling your black woman to deny a black man sex in order to get him to vote for a certain political party. And that whole viewpoint, again, is really insulting to heterosexual black men like myself, because heterosexual black men like myself are intelligent enough to know who we want to vote for if we choose not to vote for anyone. Because the whole reason why they're running these campaigns is because they know that new black media is having an impact on the black community, and they know that the new black media has been coming out with the slogan, no tangibles, no black vote, no black agenda, no black vote, and many black people are staying home because they're realizing that voting for anyone that doesn't bring tangibles to their table is just a waste of their time. So what the left wants to do is go out here and create a campaign thinking, oh, your black man is just caught up in his lust, and if we go out here and get the black woman to deny the black man sexual access, what will happen is that the black man, hoping to get into the skid mark thong of the black female, will go running to take his booty to the poll to go out here and vote for the blue party. Well, that's a big rude awakening coming for the left, because most black people are really tired of the left taking the black vote for granted, and they're tired of the left basically getting all of their votes and then doing everything for everyone, well, like they've done over the last 2 years, where we've seen your Asians get an anti-Asian hate bill passed in record time, where we've seen your immigrants going across the border getting all sorts of services, and we're seeing all the people in the Ukraine getting billions of dollars, but black voters who put Joe Biden in the White House, we can't get a single thing from your left. And your Joe Biden basically told us this in 2020 when he said, oh, you need to go to the Hispanics and go and help and go to them and hope they'll give you something. Well, I guess those same Hispanics are now going out here and voting for the red party. And now instead of trying to realize the mistake they've made, they're still trying to double down, going out here, continuing to condescend to foundational black Americans, hoping that we'll be so stupid that we'll continue supporting politicians who have done absolutely nothing for anyone. And again, thinking that we will go out here and not and be persuaded to vote because we can't get into the skid mark thong of these busted females, that's just a completely foolish notion, because again, black men are more intelligent than that. And again, most heterosexual black men like myself, we are not persuaded by these women and their skid mark thongs. No, what persuades us to pick a candidate is based on the agenda we have. And that's what the left is really upset about. They're upset that there are a lot more black men like myself out here, and we're not going out here and listening to their hand-picked candidates, their hand-picked bootlicks, or their hand-picked shills. No, we're not listening to those individuals. No, what we're doing now is we're understanding that in order for us to get tangibles, we have to be the ones who go out here and pick our own candidates. And when we go out here to pick our own candidates, we're not looking at these Ivy League bootlicks that come from these top universities or these hand-picked shills. No, we're not listening to those individuals anymore, because we're tired of these talented 10th Negroes who talk a good game like a Barack Obama, promising hope and change, but then nothing changes for the black community, because these individuals, once they get theirs, they screw us. No, we're tired of that nonsense, and we're doing the same thing that your Hispanic and Asian communities are doing. No, what we're doing now is I see people talking about getting their own agenda together, and then from getting your own agenda together, then you go out here and start picking your own candidate. It's like the late David Carroll used to say about the political process. You have to go out here and hammer out your own agenda, and then once you hammer out your own agenda, you then pick your candidate. And if your candidate can't bring the tangibles back that you have presented as related to your agenda, then you go get another candidate and fire that one. In that whole case, the individual is accountable to we, the people, instead of it being some hand-picked shill who is only accountable to his or her slave masters. And that's what's got many on the left and their bootlicks upset, that the black masses are no longer listening to them. And that's what's got them out here getting so upset, because more people are listening to new black media and they're not happy about it. Now, some of these people want to go out here and say, oh, it's people like Tariq Nasheed and Kevin Samuels that are out here leading to all of these people walking away. No, this has been going on in the grassroots for over a decade. And again, trying to say that it's the late Kevin Samuels who's only on the air for about a year, that's absolutely ridiculous. No, the reason why this is going on is because more and more black people are becoming politically aware due to a lot of people on the grassroots getting the word out. And once we get the word out, more and more people are looking at their whole government and realizing, hey, we're not getting what we want. We've got this so-called our first black president who did nothing for us. So if this first black president doesn't want to work for black people, then we've got to look at who we're picking. And that's what black people are doing right now, looking at who we choose and realizing we need to be the one doing the vetting. We need to be the one doing the choosing, and we don't need to be taking on some hand-picked bootlick that they trot out in front of us. No, we're going to go find somebody who is aware of our issues, somebody who is out to support our agenda, and we're going to go out here and have that person represent us. And when we look at these bootlicks, we realize that these people are not our kinfolk, even though they've got the same skin color. Now, when we look at somebody talking about no voting, no vucking, we see the screw job, and that's why we have our own slogan, and that is no tangibles, no black vote, no black agenda, no black vote, and that's our slogan in New Black Media. If you don't want to bring tangibles to the black community, then you're not going to get black votes. And since these bootlicks are so eager to go out here and pander for white dollars, we already know they are the enemy, and we know that campaigns like this are just anti-black racism with a black face attached to them. And so if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today.